I want to ask you one honest question. How many people do you have in your life who can tell you what engineering really feels like from inside, what research looks like from day to day, and whether an MBA is worth your situation? YouTube? That is one size fits all. Your situation might be completely different. And career counselor, I mean, most of them are describing the world that has already changed, and contemporary world is changing at the rate faster than ever. AI is here, layoffs are happening, entire new fields are emerging which wasn't even there 2, 3 years back. In the midst of all this, the biggest confusion that exists among most of the students today is whether the stream they are in or even planning to be the part of will it be even relevant and AI proof? AI is going to take their stream down when they are job ready. This is exactly the question that I'm going to talk about today because the problem most of the students are facing right now is not the lack of information. The problem is the lack of insight. And there is a big difference between the two. See how. Think about a student pursuing or even planning to pursue computer science. They have Googled everything, placement stats, salary data, college ranking, course structure, it's all there. But Google cannot answer you a few things. For example, when to say no to an opportunity that looks good on the paper, but it is actually terrible for you, and how to recover from major failure without losing years. The courage, the timing, the strategy, the switching job, negotiating offers, dropping out, going in. I mean, a website cannot answer that. A brochure definitely cannot. Same goes with every stream. That kind of knowledge does not live on the website. It lives inside the same people who have experienced this phase and dealt with the consequence of each and every decision they took down the line. Information tells you about the fact. Insight tells you about the fine detailing which is missing in majority of the cases. And let me tell you the real cost of this confusion because I have seen it. I have lived with it myself. Majority of the students spend decent amount of time and money in order to prepare for some entrance exams. Some even crack them, join college, and then after a year or two, many feels completely burn out. Some pivot streams, some take drops, some suffer just in silence. You see, it's not just about the crucial time which is wasted, but in some cases it is the energy, the effort, the money, the sleepless night. And the issue is simple. Nobody gave them the clarity before they committed. Even research shows that 70% of the students in India consider fewer than 7 career options when making one of the most consequential decisions of their life. Engineering, medicine, law, MBA, accounts, design, that is like the entire universe for most of the students navigating the career landscape. Meanwhile, the high potential fields like robotics, semiconductor, quantum biology, space tech, product management in deep tech, science journalism, I mean, these are just booming and paying extremely well, but most of the people don't even know they exist. This isn't a coincidence. This is what happens when you make one of the most important decisions of your life with extremely narrow lens. And this problem has never been more urgent than it is today. I mean, fields that felt safe 5 years ago feel uncertain now, and I genuinely hear this from the students. The fear is real and valid. Even IITs are responding, adding interdisciplinary programs and electives because the old boundaries between the fields are collapsing. The world is already adjusting. The question is, are you in the world this unstable? Making a career decision without real insight is not just risky. It is expensive in the ways money cannot fully measure. Because now it's not only about the degree, it's about the right direction. It's no longer the game of information. It is more about the validation and execution. That is the reason why I keep saying to the students that know the path before you walk in and talk to someone who is already there, who is already on it. My name is Sadaf Madni. 15 years ago, I was heading toward career in architecture and today I hold a PhD in high energy physics from NISER. And after PhD, I had options. I could have taken different career path, but I chose to build something instead, something that was personal as well. Because after spending, over a decade in academia, talking to the students after webinars, seminar, conference, on call, in classroom, one thing became extremely clear to me. Students are not lacking ambition. They are definitely not lacking intelligence. What they're lacking is proximity to the people who are already walking the path they're in, they're even considering. The situation gets worse when it comes to the students who aren't the part of tier 1 institute. They lack connections, the alumni network, the on-campus placement, the internship opportunities, and the list goes on. So I built Curiosity. The idea is simple. Connect the student with the people who have already walked the path they are considering, or maybe on it already, just a couple of years ahead of them. I mean, it's a real conversation, real experience. It's not a blog, not an algorithm, and definitely not a motivational video. Think of it like a mirror that talks back, where the reflection is not just a dream, but real person who already made the choices you are confused about and can clearly define the actual do's and don'ts and challenges and realities of that field. Yes, there are other mentorship platforms, but Curiosity, built by a PhD, is different. Because I have seen everything on the first hand during my academic journey, from nation's top university and institute. Every mentor on Curiosity is academically and professionally verified. We have confirmed they actually study or working in the field they speak about, not the influencers, not the celebrities, just the real students and professionals who are trying to help to avoid you of costly mistake. We are starting with four major streams: engineering, science, mass communication and media, and business management. And we will keep adding more. This channel is an extension of that same mission. We are going to have real conversation about real careers. We will speak to the students who are living it right now and to the professionals who have been it for years. We will talk about the things no brochure even, mentions. Before I go, I want to ask you one thing. What career are you currently thinking about and maybe already in? And what's the one thing that confuses you the most about it? Drop it in the comments. Many of the future videos on this channel will be built directly around your questions. And if you want to actually speak to someone, someone who is already on the path you're considering, I would suggest you to visit curiosity.com. That mirror that is there that talks back. If this felt worth your time, subscribe. See you in the next one.